What is up, everyone? It's Turkey572 return channel. Today, September 13th, 2023. We're gonna hop on and do a quick market watch. So initially, I was gonna start with the 10 singles again. I was gonna go review them, but it looks like a lot of them are still around the same price they were at last week. So we'll give them another week to see where they settle at. But the only one that did go up that I seen was Garura. It looks like Garura has gone up to like the $8 price point. We have 883, 884, 885, hitting up to like the $9 and $10 price point. It was actually hitting the $9-$10 price point earlier in the week, but it was around like $4 or $5. If you guys picked yourself up some copies at the $4 or $5 price point, you're at a good spot. But yeah, now these are heading up to the $10 price point, and this is like the only one I've seen that was going up, so that's the only reason I mentioned it. Like I said, we'll take a look at the other singles later on, but this one is the one that was heading up in price. Next up, we got Magic Spectre Unicorn Kieran. So it looks like we got some Magic Spectre support announced. I think it was in Phantom Nightmare. Let me go review that. It was either Phantom Nightmare or what would you call it? Age of Overlord. Was it? It was Phantom Nightmare. So we have the new Magic Spectre support coming out in Phantom Nightmare, and people are speculating that Unicorn Curing, this one is banned currently, if I'm not mistaken. It might get unbanned. So Kieran was sitting around like I guess $2 price point. This is the rare one from the 2016 Megatins. It was sitting around like the dollar price point. I'm gonna go take a look at my book and see if I have any of these. But right now they're selling for $5.25, $5.95, heading up to $5.99, $6.24, and $6.25. And we have copies right here selling at that $5 to $6 price point. So if you have some of these in bulk somewhere, I would probably get rid of mine. We have another rare from Dimension of Chaos as well. We have these at, let's see, 16 listings. We have listings starting at lightly played at $5.95, $6, $6.42, $6.45, $6.47, $6.49, and $6.75, and they are selling at that price as well. And these were sitting under $1. So if you guys have some of these again, if you're not planning on playing Magic Spectre, I'll probably get rid of them now. I'm pretty sure they might reprint this since this only comes as a rare. So something tells me that this might get reprinted later on if they do choose to unban it. But yeah, Magic Spectre Unicorn Karen going up in price. Then we have another Magic Spectre going up in price. This one we actually spoke about like a couple months back when it was hitting like the $10-$11 price point. I forgot what reason we had for it going up, but it was going up in price. It was like a $4 to $5 card. I remember selling mine back like a couple months back, like at the $10 price point. But it looks like with the new Magic Spectre support, and this basically, I saw that this card basically gets you into like a one card combo and it gets like a full board. So right now we have the ultra rare for Dimension of Chaos. This one was sitting around like the $3 to $4 price point, and right now we have them at $20, $22.89, $22.99, $28.50, heading up to the $35 price point. That is a crazy price point for this. This is like the highest I've seen this card at. For the Mega 10 reprint, it's also ultra rare. We had these sitting around like the $3 price point. Now we have them at 15 listings. We have listings starting at $18, $19, heading up to $22, $23.99, and heading up to that $25 price point. I would hold off on picking these up right now. I would let the hype cool down. Probably in like another month or two, these will be back at like the $10 price point. I could be wrong though, so if you guys are worried about not having these, you guys could go pick them up now, but they are at a high price point, so I would wait. Next, we have Triple Tactics Thrust. So Triple Tactics Thrust looks like it's one of those cards that keeps going up and down, and right now it's coming back up in price. We have prices right now at 46 listings. These were at like the $60 to $65 price point, and we have them at 72.50, so they're back up to that $70 price point. 72.50, 71, 51, heading up to, that's basically like 75ish dollars, 74.14. I remember selling mine a couple months back, maybe like a month back, like 80 something dollars. But yeah, it looks like they went down and are now coming back up. Let me know what you guys think about Triple Tactics Thrust. What price point do you guys think it's gonna reach, or is it gonna be coming back down later on like it has been doing for the past like couple months? After that, we have Big Welcome Labyrinth. So Big Welcome Labyrinth, we actually been speaking about Big Welcome Labyrinth for the past couple market watches. I've included it in like every market watch I've done for the past couple weeks. But yeah, Big Welcome Labyrinth has reached a new price point. I noticed mine selling at like the $20 price point. So that made me want to go come back and take a look at it again. These were sitting at like five-ish, six-ish dollars. I remember picking some up around $3, and we have 29 listings on the market now. It looks like we have reached a new price point, a new high price point for Big Welcome Labyrinth. We have them at 1947, $20, 2048, 2173, 2175, 2184, 2185, and 2225. So yeah, that's a new high price point for Big Welcome Labyrinth, and that's because we have a new Labyrinth monster coming out in Age of Overlord, and then we recently got reprinted a bunch of Labyrinth stuff in the tins. So this is one of those cards that did not get a reprint, so people aren't really minding spending the money on Big Welcome Labyrinth since the other stuff is pretty cheap. But yeah, Big Welcome Labyrinth going up in price. Next up, we have Chaos Angel. So Chaos Angel from Cyberstorm Axis, I remember, was hitting a low price point of like 50-ish dollars. Well, it was at a low price point of $30. Then it went up to like 40, 50, $60. And right now, let's see, a week ago we had these like 50, 55-ish dollars. And right now we have them at 30 listings. It looks like they're starting to rebound back up to like the $60 price point, 63.78 with shipping. $65 shipping, $65 shipping, and heading up to $65.99. So they are starting to rebound back up, and I think maybe that's because Labyrinth does play this, and people are picking their copies up to play in the Labyrinth deck. So that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Why do you guys think Chaos Angel is going up in price? Diviner of Herald. I know we got some ritual support. We got some retrained cards in the new set, in the new Phantom Nightmare set, and we got some new ritual cards. Novax, the Silence Force of Disciple. I know we got a retrained. Why is my internet slow? Am I online? Oh, I don't know why I'm not connected to the other house's internet. I should be connected to my own. So yeah, we got some new ritual support. Skull Guardian, the Silent Force Protector. Yeah, I think this is like new ritual support in Phantom Nightmare. I'll probably like put a link down in this description somewhere so you guys could go take a look at these cards. I'll put a picture up right here somewhere. That way you guys could look at the new ritual support. And I think that's why Diviner of Herald's kind of getting bought right now. It's still at 61 listings, but it was like over 100 listings. But this Prismatic Secret Rare right now, we have it at let's see, 7. That's basically $8.50 with shipping. 909 with shipping, 929. So it's starting to go up to the $10 price point. These were sitting around like the $6 to $7 price point. About like, let's see, what's that, July? Back in July. So they are starting to go up a little bit. And then the original printings for Diviner Herald as well from Lightning Overdrive, they were sitting around like the $9 price point. And it looks like right now we only have a couple copies that's moderately heavily, and then they go up to $11.80, $12, $12.16, $12.32, $12.74. So they are starting to go up a little bit in price, and I think it's because of that new ritual support that was announced. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about Diviner of Herald. Next up, we have Gragundor, another card that I actually been mentioning for the past couple weeks as well. So it looks like Dust Dragon is starting to go low on listings. We have 27 listings on the market, and it is going up in price. And even though people have faded away from kind of like the branded the branded Chimera. I mean, people are fading away from the regular branded and are sticking to the branded Chimera build. It looks like some people are still picking this up for their branded decks. I guess they're pure branded decks, because I know the branded Chimera build doesn't really play Dust Dragon. But we have 27 listings on the market for this, and it looks like they finally got over that $10 price point and are at $10.35, $11.95, $11.99 with shipping, heading up to the $12 price point. So yeah, they are starting to go up in price. I'm not really sure where they're gonna I guess cap out at. Maybe like the $15 price point is the high that I could see it at. I bought these for like $10 and then was disappointed when they started hitting like I think they hit like a low price point of like $4 or $5. But yeah, I was getting worried about that then. Thought I was gonna lose on my investment right there. But it looks like they're finally starting to kick back up. Let me know how you guys feel about Dragondo, the Dust Dragondo. Where do you guys see it hitting a high price point at, or do you guys think it's gonna come back down in price? Next up, we have number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. So I noticed this one was going down in prices. I mean, not down in price, going low on listings as well. Even though this one does have a reprint announced for next year, I think in February, we're getting like a Battles of Legends set or something like that. Where this one, and I know the Armageddon Pendulum Dragon, I forgot its name, but that one's getting a reprint as well. But still, people are picking these up. We only have 12 listings on the market for this, and these were hitting like a low price point of like $40. But it looks like right now we're up in price again. We have $65.99, $67.99, $69.49 with shipping, $69.95, heading up to $75 and going up to $85. Let's see what the sales have been at. It looks like we have sales at the $50 price point, 50, 60. I guess the highest is like that $70 price point, but other than that, we don't really have sales around the $60, $70 price point, except for like maybe one, two. And we have sales at 50 and 45. So yeah, we'll see if anybody decides to come in and buy these. I'm not really sure what deck this is being played in. The only one that I could think of that it might be played in is a new Horus deck, because I think they're level 8 and could turbo out level 8, rank 8 monsters. So we'll see what happens with this card then. But this card is getting reprinted, so I would stay away from it unless you're really trying to play that Horus deck. Next up, we have Skullmeister. So this is a little tech that I've seen people talk about to go against Unchained, since it's not once per turn. Skullmeister, let's see, we have rares under like 50 cents, so these are affordable. We have commons under 50 cents, so these are affordable. These super rares are actually, I think, starting to go up a little bit. They were at a low price point of like 60 cents, 70 cents. And right now, if you want a near mint copy, we have one copy here at like $1, basically $1.98 with shipping. But after that, they start going above $1. That's $1.25, $1.37. And then on the second page, we have them going to like $1.40, $1.50, and we only have like one major. Oh, we have two major walls. This one's an Italian with 16, and then on the first page, I know I saw one with like 11 copies. With let's see, yeah, 11 copies at $1.37. So once those are gone, they are gonna start pushing up to like the $2 price point. It says when a card effect is activating your opponent's graveyard, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, negate that effect. So most of the Unchained stuff, like, well, most of the time, unless you're like playing Cashiera, most of the Unchained stuff is gonna trigger in the graveyard. So Skullmeister is a good tech since it's not once per turn. If you draw like multiple, you could negate multiple effects that turn with the Skullmeister. If you have two copies, so it's a good tech against Unchained. But we'll see how it does in the long run. I know people have. I think last week we talked about Gravekeeper's Encryption being a good tech because it just shuts it down the grave. But we'll see how Skullmeister does. It's a hand trap, so it could be used like either during your opponent's turn or during your turn. So it's, I guess, more. What do you call it? More. I forgot what the word is. But we have Skullmeister, the Seeker rare. It looks like this one hasn't been moving too much. This one's at 40 listings, and we have listings for this one starting at, let's see, that's moderate. We have a near mint German at $20, and then we go up from there. We have them at heavily, lightly. We have our first lightly played at like $26-ish and going up to $28.99 and hitting like the $30 price point. So I think these are starting to go up. What were they at? Oh no, they were at like a high price point of like 33. So they still haven't moved too much. But if I were you guys, I would probably pick up my super rare copies because the super rares are kind of affordable and haven't gone up too much in price. So I would go after the super rares if I were you guys. But if you're a budget player and just want to test it out, you could go with the commons or rares. We do have those available for you guys. Next up, we have Abyss Dweller, another tech that could stop Unchained because Abyss Dweller shuts off the graveyard. We have a bunch of like super rares, commons, gold rares, and super rares, ultra rares under the $1 price point. The one I did want to take a look at though is the ultimate rare, since the other ones are pretty cheap. The ultimate rare, I remember it was hitting at like a high price point of like $70-ish to go against like tier elements. But right now we have them at 50 listings, and we have listings starting at English copy at 38.40 with shipping, 38.58, 38.70. Then on the second page we have them, I think, under 40 still. 39.40, 41.64, 44.99, and 45.99, heading up to that $50 price point. But yeah, this is a good tech against Unchained because it shuts off the graveyard. So if you guys have a deck that could bust out rank 4s, you can make a Abyss Dweller and shut off Unchained. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about Abyss Dweller. Do you guys think it could be a good tech this format? It really depends on like what deck you're running, because not a lot of decks can make rank 4s. We have like Cashchiro and they can't make rank 4s. We have Pearly, they can't bust out rank 4s. What else is at the top? Labyrinth can't bust out rank 4s, I think. What else? What else is a top deck in the format? Yeah, I can't think of them right now, but not a lot of them could bust out rank 4s. But maybe this could be a good tech that could take one of those decks that could bust out rank 4s easily to the top. But we'll see what happens then. And last card on today's Market Watch. If you guys didn't see the YCS this past weekend, we had Jesse Cotton take YCS. I forgot what it was. YCS, was it Vancouver? I think it was it was YCS Vancouver. So he took first place using Unchained and was actually teching Marriott Might, which was really surprising to me because I haven't seen this card be played in like forever. So Marriott Might, let's take a look at this one. What it does says you could discard this card to the graveyard. You could take control of one face-up fiend or zombie monster your opponent controls into the end phase of the turn. So basically, since Unchained is fiend, this card serves as like a change of heart. You could play like 3 of in the deck with to take control of Unchained cards. They were sitting around like under 20 cents and are now selling for like $1.38, $1.38, $1.69, heading up to the $2 price point. I think that's for all copies. This one's at like 44 listings. We have this one from the Zombie World Structure deck. This one was also sitting like around 20 cents, and right now we have these selling for like almost $2 as well. And the other one from the Strike of Neos, they're all common. This one was sitting under 20 cents as well. And we have 98 listings. These start at $1.50, $1.54, $1. Those are damaged, heavily played, lightly played, $2 basically. So if you guys have these somewhere in bulk, I would dig them out and try to sell them off for like $1 or something. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's Market Watch. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and X at Return of the Chance. This is Ricky572, and we'll see you guys next time.